Hey y'all, got Chris here, back with another video. If you like the content, definitely with a subscribe, that would help a lot. And maybe check out some of my other stuff. But I guess I'll go ahead and get into it. So with the RESET 12.12 changes, well, I say RESET was about a month ago or something like that. They added inertia, so there's going to be like expanding on the topic, but also they added stamina drain whenever you get hit with bullets, which has kind of been a topic of discussion where it was like too much and then it kind of got toned down a bit. But I decided to kind of make a guide on like what to do in those circumstances and also how to dodge bullets like more effectively, and also tying into another video I made about how to dodge bullets and like why it's a bad idea to like even try to do in the first place, and also like when it is like a good time to do, and like why it's like unrealistic for like real life in most instances, but in the video game it actually makes a lot of sense. But so first thing is going to be, so the problem is that you know, you'll be like running across open field, like see this like little open area, and I'll be like, I'm gonna run across this field, right? And then some fellow over there down in the house starts shooting at me, and then I get bopped, and then I run out of stamina and say like, I got a broken limb, now I can't run, right? So first off, don't run across the open field is the moral of the story, right? But you know, say you have to, and you start getting shot at, and you get like a broken limb, what you're gonna need to do first thing is use a painkiller. So these like starter painkillers are actually useful for this exact reason, because the use time is 3 seconds. If you compare it to the ibuprofen, that's 5 seconds. So say I get a broken limb. Oh yeah, and like the injectors like morphine and Propital is like the best one. That's the go-to one, is 2 seconds. So if I get a broken limb, I got to hit the painkiller and I can't run for 2 seconds, right? And then if I'm out of stamina, then that's another issue. But even if you do run out of stamina, you can still employ certain techniques within reason, unless you can't. And that's more or less how you dodge bullets, which is what I'm getting to. So first thing, you take a painkiller, right? And you have it on tap, because if you have to go into your menu, that's going to take too long. Someone's shooting at you and you got to go into your menu and use a painkiller like this. Like, that's like, I mean, in gunfighting, it all comes down to milliseconds, so that's time that could get you killed, and you need to be moving, right? And then how you're moving, right? You never want to move in one direction for like a prolonged period of time at the same speed, because what ends up happening is, and you can like practice with your friends or whatever, you become much more predictable to shoot, right? So like say I see someone running across this field and they're running in the same direction, then I'll see that pattern, I'll lead them, and then whenever they run into my shot, I'll get them, right? They'll be like running here. But say they're moving around sporadically, then say I try to lead you, but then you don't go to where my crosshairs are, right? And then if I try to follow you, then you're moving around and I can't hit you. And all of that's based off of like how long you're going in any one direction for a prolonged period of time, right? So say someone's shooting at me, I'm gonna hit my painkiller like this, and I'm gonna move around unpredictably, and then as soon as I can run, that's the same thing I'm doing. All I'm doing is just changing my pattern of movement, right? Towards a direction of cover. Like, see where I'm running, there's not much cover, but like maybe I could have like spiral ran my way over here and I'd be like alive, if my armor was good enough, and depending on like how accurate they were. So for instance, I would have like, I only use like level 4s or better. Level 3s I just straight up won't use, and the reason why is because like you'll get like 2 tapped instead of like having to get like 4 tapped, and that'll be the time you need to hit your painkiller and start moving, right? So your armor is like a big part of it, and more than anything is just like, don't run across the open field, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I'm going to demonstrate like another technique, and I'm gonna need to go to the shooting range, so I will do that now. Continuing on from what we were just talking about, like how to dodge bullets and like make your movements sporadically, I actually learned this technique from playing games like Mountain Blade with archery. Because like, so say like someone shoots an arrow at you from across a field. Well, the movement of that arrow is actually pretty slow, so you can like, you know, they'll shoot you and then you just move and then it goes shoom. But then it's not entirely accurate, so they can still hit you even if you move. But like if you move sporadically whenever people are shooting arrows at you, it actually makes you like very, very difficult to hit. Like you could be like all dances with arrows and shit. Like, I mean, I've done it many times, like on Skyrim, like there's like an NPC shooting an arrow at me and I just move it around just like invincible, you know, just like, it was hilarious. Anyways, but moving onwards, I want to show a specific technique I made a video on how to dodge bullets, and like in real life it's not very applicable. The reason why is because in order to do it you have to overexpose yourself, and usually you just want to shoot behind cover because that's safer, right? And like going out here so you can actually move around and make yourself harder to hit is kind of suicidal, because like, you know, in the video, but in the video game it's much more doable because you get shot in the arm, you just like take an ibuprofen and like put a band-aid on it and you're all right, you know. But in real life it's not that good, so you basically never want to do it except in like the most dire of situations. But then, what the fuck do I know? You know, I'm just a kid playing a video game, you know what I'm saying? If you're like actually in the military, you don't fucking listen to a word I say, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck do I know what I'm talking about? But like, you know, in the video game it's not that big of a deal. But so there's actually a little meta to it though, because say you should never double peek, and the reason why is because say you double peek behind this tight corner and they know you're gonna do it, so you put your head back and then you poke your head out, they're gonna be aiming at you immediately, just tap you in the head, you go bam, you're done, right? So if you know that they're gonna do that, what you can do is, instead of short peeking, which is gonna get you killed, you wide peek, and then you start shooting, and whenever they adjust their aim, then you move your head, right? And then, so in general, you're usually just going to want to short peek, but say they're actually just going to blow your head off, and you, in general, you just want to hit another angle, but say you didn't have another angle and you were just in like a dire situation, then you could go for the wide peek, and you could hit them with the movement technique. I'm going to link I made another video on like how to dodge bullets, and I'll go into detail on like the specific movement technique, and it'll also help you a lot with like moving around with inertia and stuff. It'll give you like a better idea of that. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna sum this one up. If y'all enjoy the content, definitely check out some of my other stuff. I might try to put in some clips of me like dodging bullets after this or whatever. But like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I definitely appreciate that, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Bye. Gonna be good, I hope. Us too. Woo. They letting them fly, huh? Who the fuck was that? I'm lucky to be alive. My redneck saved my life. Oh my god. Oh, how did I not see them? Thank you, Radnick. You have saved my life. I fucked this. No. By the way, if you can't tell, being good at not getting shot is a very rewarding life skill in the world of Tarkov. Main thing is just never go in the same direction for a prolonged period of time. Like, always change this shit up. If you go in the same direction at the same speed, god damn, you're way easier to shoot. Man, I'm just 30 kinds of pinned down right now.